they try to describe what it is they saw. Elijah goes up in the chariots, the fiery chariots. And so the Bible is many things, the Quran as well. Our ancestors seem to be telling us of interactions with otherworldly beings.
Fast forward, decades, and here he's producing this documentary about, this decades-long experience of channeling this other being. And so again, I was still highly skeptical at this point. And I had not watched a ton of stuff by Daryl and Bashar yet. I'd watched enough to think this is interesting. And some of the messages, are a little outside of, what I think someone could make up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was watching this documentary, still in a skeptical place. I'd ordered food for dinner that night because I was tired. So I'm getting food delivered. I'm about halfway through the documentary and I hit one of those skeptical moments where I think, I don't know about this. I can't do this. I've got work in the morning. I'm a VP at Whole Foods trying to do VP stuff, right? And learn about all of this. And I don't have time for this. So I turn it off. Within seconds, my food arrives at the front door and I get a text message on my phone that says, your food has been delivered by Bashar.
But we want to make sure that our audience is aware that, we're not people who are just accepting every single thing that's out there that's unusual. We are questioning, we are curious, we're investigating, and we also believe it's important to, be grounded and to validate, right? To validate our own experience. And so, like you, I keep a little bit of the skeptical in me. I think that's important. I think it's important to have a bit of the skeptic, a bit of, the critical thinking abilities in any situation, right? As well as a willingness to be open and a willingness to explore, be curious, and receive.
I was out on this hike and saw this stick and was like, that's my magic wand. I'm finally going to have a magic wand. Screw it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. So here I am out on this hike, carrying my magic wand, playing with it, while I'm hiking. And it felt great. It was awesome. And I still have it. It's in my meditation room.
Yeah, speaking of busting out of your paradigm, as adults, we're definitely not supposed to go hiking to collect magic wands, right? That makes us look seriously bonkers. Embrace your weirdness, because we love our weirdness and it's something we appreciate about each other. It's something we appreciate about being part of this community. And of course, we're using that word a bit, tongue in cheek. We don't really think that we're weird. We actually think we're quite fine the way that we are. But we just really enjoy talking about things that are so-called outside the norm, things that are boundary pushing, things that are, inspiring in maybe a different kind of way.
This is why I think it's important we have this conversation, because what is happening now with the star seed and star family is that there's a new encoding of frequency within the human species that is shifting its vibrational tendency, and that's what you're creating in the school that you're creating.
Yes. That's what we're doing with this conversation. It's we are in the process of evolving and activating, new parts of our brain and activating, dormant DNA as we do this work, and that ultimately should evolve us into a higher version of humans.